you're thinking about downsizing your home this spring or summer, there's a lot of things to consider, and there's obviously advantages and disadvantages. One of the advantages of downsizing is you probably have a lot of equity in the house. So from a financial standpoint, it's a great decision, and your maintenance costs will probably be lower. You'll probably have a smaller home, smaller property size, hopefully lower taxes. That'll definitely be a huge benefit to downsizing. One of the negatives will obviously be trying to find something that suits your needs. A lot of times when I have people that are going from a big house to a small house, they haven't been living like that, for a long time. Maybe the house they're in now is 3,000 square feet, and for them to really see a financial impact, they'll have to move down to something maybe 1,500 to 2,000 square feet, and they're just not used to living in that small of a space, I guess, compared to, what they've been living in. And, they have 30, 40 years accumulation of items in their houses, and they get a little bit overwhelmed with how am I going to clean all this stuff out? But if you're doing it for the financial reasons, you kind of figure it out. Most people have too much stuff in their house anyway and have to clean out, so it's a great excuse to get all that stuff out. Another advantage of downsizing is you get to now choose a different location. So if you like the town you're in, you can stay there, maybe just find a little bit more modest of a home. If you're not sick of the location that you've been in, but you're kind of over it, you've been there for a long time and you can't really find something within your budget within the same town, it's okay to go outside of the town, and maybe you want to, maybe your first house, you weren't able to walk to town or, be within distance to go to all the restaurants and all the theaters and all the fun stuff that the town has to offer. And maybe now you find another town that, is similar to what you have, but in a price range that you can find, something that you could afford. So, maybe you're able to now move closer to town in a different area where your budget kind of fits the house that you're able to afford. A lot of people have an issue with downsizing because it's a little bit stressful. They have to clean out their house, they have to figure out where they're going to go. But if you're working with someone who has done this before, there's a lot of different advantages, and there's also different ways to make this as stress-free as possible. If you're selling your home and you're now going to be a cash buyer when you're purchasing the home, it's going to give you a huge leg up when you purchase. And if you sit down and we really discuss what your wants and your needs are and plan everything out accordingly, maybe go out on some trips, to different towns or different areas to kind of see what the market bears so we can stay within your budget. I think once you sell, it'll be a lot easier to buy because we'll have a much better idea of what you could afford and where you can afford. And that should make it for less stress environment when you're doing that, double transaction.